Nowadays, there's just so much going on to the point where it's like, do I even want to keep up with it? But today we're going to be looking at the world news, what's going on in China, Ukraine, Russia, America, United Kingdom. We're really just going to reflect on what's going on and what I see is happening. Let's start with the whole Russia and Ukraine situation. Really looks like Ukraine is fucking up Russia. Russia is doing a draft or did a draft and they say they're not going to do another one to get more troops to go to Ukraine to fight. Ukraine is winning because America's in their pocket and we're supplying them with everything. This could lead to a big old war. I don't know what this leads to, but it's very interesting to watch because Putin is just losing his shit day by day. Now, after speaking about Ukraine and Putin, we can move into Putin's new BFF, China, and their whole economy is just falling apart. They're pretty much in a Great Depression. Their housing is falling apart. Their whole economy is falling apart. They have policies where they can't have anybody with. So if one person gets, everything is going to be locked down. They are literally killing their economy. They are in fights with us because of our trade and our chips and whatnot, and we can't give them chips, and now they're like, you guys. This is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out, because if Russia brings in America to the Russia and Ukraine war, then I think China will step in for Russia. And then you're also going to have the United Kingdom step in for America. World War III or not? And we know the United Kingdom cannot keep a prime minister. They're on like their 12th one this month. And as for America, we have midterm elections coming up on the 8th, which pretty much dictates what's going to happen for the next 2 years. Because if the Republican parties win anything of that nature, then nothing is going to get passed. And everybody's going to be sitting on their hands. It seems like a lot of people are wishy-washy on where rates are going to go. Some people believe they're coming down. Some people believe we're just going to continue to go up. I'm in this boat of we're just going to stay high and flat and just not be able to do absolutely anything for a while unless inflation starts coming down more. But the problem that I'm seeing with inflation is our supply chain, not so much the product but the supply chain and relationships. We do not like China and China does not like us, and most of our things come from China, and the whole world is just really in this bubble of like, what's gonna happen next? We gotta hold on to whatever we have because we need to make sure our people are good. Now, the whole point of this video is not to really inform you too much about the news, because we all have the internet and whatnot, but it's more to show you that things are out of our control and you can only control so much. Obviously, you can stay informed and you can take educated guesses, but everything in that nature is out of your control, out of my control, out of most people's controls, because, well, simply we don't hold the power. Now, you could be aware of it and you could say, hey, I see a trend coming. I personally don't like to get tied up in the news anymore too much, because it's always something. You should never let the news control how you feel and the outcomes that you produce, or even dictate your actions, because it just does not matter. It's a scare tactic trying to keep you in line. If you want to buy a home, buy a fucking home. Sure, it's going to be 7%, that's fine, but in 4 years or 5 years when interest rates come down, or even 2 or 3 or 1, whenever it is, nobody knows, you can refinance it. You don't have to have a 7% rate the whole time. It's okay, you don't have to. All I'm trying to say is, do what you feel is right. You cannot control the outcome of the Ukraine, Russia, or China, or UK falling apart, or the whole World War III situation. You can't control that. What you can control is yourself, your actions. And yes, I get it, the world is going through a weird time as everything's falling apart. There's madness and flames and but there is one thing to remember. It's a perfect time to start a business in a recession. This is when people get rich. Don't forget that.